was mistaken, and I thought I'd heard you speak. Tell me, how do I feel? Tell me now, how do I feel?
Blue Monday on Top of the Pops, isn't it? Top of the Pops. I found that shirt in the dressing room. Yeah. One of the bands before had left it. Yeah. It was better than the shirt that I had on, which was quite interesting. I mean, it was one of the peculiarities of New Order was that it was quite in England, as you grew up as a teenager, everything was about Top of the Pops, and to get on Top of the Pops, you'd made it as an artist, which was quite old-fashioned, really, when you think about it, and quite a cliche, but it was something that everybody, because it was the only decent music programme on TV for years and years and years, it ruled everything. And if you went on Top of the Pops, you were guaranteed that your record would go up 10 places in the charts. That was a guarantee. And it was quite funny because obviously we were punks. So when we came to do it with Blue Monday, we insisted on playing live, and they weren't set up for live. So they hired in a fallback system for us, and it was just a complete and utter debacle. And it sounded awful, and our record went down by 10 places, which is quite odd for what was considered to be now, you know, one of the best produced dance records in the world. It was quite funny. So, and then after that, the devil in us made us think that was hilarious that our record had gone down. So we were over the moon, and we played live every time after that.
But I'm quite sure that you'll tell me just how I should feel today.
And it was funny playing live because everybody used to come and apologise. They'd come and apologise to us, like Bono apologising because they were miming, Kajagoogoo apologising because they were miming, and orchestral manoeuvres. It was quite odd, you know, that people were upset about it. They were embarrassed because we were playing live. Blue Monday was recorded at the same session, yeah, as Power, Corruption and Lies in Brittania Row. I mean, Savile he came down to the practice place and just saw a floppy disk and copied it. Which the illusion and the comparison to what we were doing, I suppose, with technology and the sort of modern sound that Blue Monday had, I suppose it fitted in really well. It was a stroke of genius to copy the computer disk, really. But as a musician, I say you just copied a fucking music disc. You didn't. You know what I mean? One of us might have come up with that concept. It's not that difficult, is it really? No. So, but I mean, he did it, and it was funny. I was reading an article on Cut magazine about Blue Monday last week, and he still denies that it was his fault that the sleeve was so expensive. He says it was factory's fault. So, it's interesting. I mean, it's a great sleeve. It's quite iconic, but I suppose it's the fact that it lost money. You'd have to look at it as the first nail in factory's coffin. And the interesting thing was that they were celebrating the success of Blue Monday so much. They were over the moon with its success, not realising that its success would be the first, biggest mistake. It was quite weird. And Tony had a commemorative brass plaque all made with all our names on to commemorate 500,000 sales, and he'd lost all that money. It was hilarious, the fact they were celebrating losing the money as well. If it had been a flop, it wouldn't have mattered. But they were celebrating. It's quite odd, really, because it could only happen to Factory Records and New Order, that. Without a shadow of a doubt.